So giving the wrong person your trust, yeah, it's not just a minor slip-up. It can be absolutely fatal. Welcome to our explainer today, where we're going to dissect a pretty dark psychological reality. We're unpacking a classic fable that perfectly and terrifyingly illustrates the raw mechanics of misinformation, gossip, and the sheer devastation of misplaced trust.
And that one sentence destroyed everything. We've all been there, right? A long day, a heavy sigh, and a fleeting moment where you just let your guard down. We toss our words out into the world without a second thought. But, as you'll see, there is an uncompromising, absolute danger when a single misplaced word falls into the wrong ears.
So, what actually happens when you trust the wrong person? Really imagine it for a second. Think about the sheer terror of having your own quiet vulnerabilities, your private moments of weakness, completely weaponized against you. Imagine a scenario where your simple desire to just catch a break gets twisted into a motive for destruction. It's a terrifying psychological trap, and honestly, it happens every single day in group chats, office break rooms, and families.
Part 1. One Fatal Confession. This is the story of a tired horse's fatal mistake.
Picture this. A hardworking horse whose muscles are just burning. His bones are aching from pulling heavy loads from sunrise to sunset. He is pushed to the absolute bone-deep brink of exhaustion. As he settles into his stable, a curious cat wanders in, asking why he looks so completely worn out. And in a fleeting moment of misplaced trust, the exhausted horse makes a harmless confession. "I think I might ask the master to give me less work tomorrow. I just need a little rest." It was such an innocent thought, shared with someone who seemed to just be a friendly, listening ear.
But here's the catch. This is the illusion of the safe confident. Why do we fall for this? Well, first off, exhaustion breeds severe vulnerability. When you're bone tired, your mental defenses just drop. Second, social predators are incredibly good at disguising themselves as empathetic listeners. That cat, it wasn't there to comfort the horse, it was there collecting ammunition. And third, we tend to overshare when we're desperate for a break. Your own fatigue literally tricks you into venting to people who are just waiting to use your words against you.
Which brings us to Part 2, the contagion of rumor. Because, as we all know, gossip spreads like wildfire, and that cat did not keep the secret. Just watch how fast this mutates. Minute 1, the cat hears, "I need rest." Hour 1, she scampers off and tells the cow that the horse plans to leave. By hour 3, the cow is whispering to the goat that the master actually starves him. And by hour 5, the goat tells the rabbit there's a full-blown violent rebellion happening tomorrow. This is exactly how viciously a whisper network mutates reality. Every single person who touches the message adds their own little layer of drama. Look at the massive gap here between truth and reality. The truth? An exhausted animal needing a day off. The rumor? A treacherous, calculated plot to betray the master. You see, a dramatic lie is simply more entertaining to people than a boring truth. This is exactly how human nature operates, taking your mundane reality and twisting it into a highly dangerous weapon.
Now, for Part 3, the tragic escalation. This is where a rumor turns into a lethal lie, and the story spirals entirely out of control.
Completely blind to the consequences, the rabbit delivers the final, lethal version of the lie to the master's servant. He says, he's already made plans to go to another farm. The master there doesn't beat him. The servant totally panics. Alarmed by this supposed treason, he rushes straight to the furious master, framing the innocent horse not as a tired worker, but as a treacherous, ungrateful leader plotting a mass betrayal.
The result is a deadly injection of paranoia. The master, completely blinded by his own fury, doesn't even stop to verify the story. He doesn't ask the horse. He just acts on the lie. And by morning, that hardworking horse was gone forever.
Let's pause for Part 4, Anatomy of a Betrayal. Think about the profound, heartbreaking unfairness here. The horse never planned to escape. He never harbored a single thought of rebellion. His entire life was extinguished over a lie born from a single sentence of exhaustion. Here is the exact blueprint of how trust turns to tragedy. Step 1, you let your guard down and share a vulnerable truth. Step 2, eager listeners exaggerated for entertainment. Step 3, that distorted narrative reaches authority, someone with the actual power to punish. And Step 4, swift, irreversible destruction. Guys, this isn't just an old fable. This is exactly how false narratives create real-world devastation in your own life and career right now.
Here is the dark, undeniable psychology of gossip. Words will always travel faster than the truth. People who smile and seem deeply caring to your face, yeah, they will often weaponize your vulnerabilities the very second they turn their backs. Your painful, actual struggles become nothing more than exaggerated entertainment for someone else.
Which leads us to Part 5, the power of silence. It's time to protect yourself, because indiscriminate sharing in your personal life is a massive, massive risk.
We usually think of treasures as, gold or money in the bank. But your real treasures, they're your secrets, your dreams, and your weaknesses. You absolutely have to treat your internal thoughts as high-value assets, because sharing them too soon, or with someone who isn't fiercely and genuinely loyal to you, turns what should be a moment of connection into an absolute tragedy.
Guard your heart. Be incredibly wise with your words. Look, this isn't about being cynical. It is strictly about necessary self-protection. Do not make the mistake that horse made. Realize that this exact same style of betrayal can and absolutely will happen to you if you aren't ruthlessly careful about who gets access to your vulnerability.
Silence is often safer than careless speech. Just let that sink in for a second. Before you vent today, before you share that fleeting thought of frustration with a coworker or an acquaintance, ask yourself, is the person listening a vault, or are they just a cat looking for a good story? Think carefully, because as we've seen in this explainer, the wrong word to the wrong person can literally cost you everything. So who are you handing your trust to today?